This is Straight No Chaser Talk Radio. We're just getting started. Straight No Chaser Talk Radio.
He's drinking that with no chaser.
Welcome to Straight No Chaser. So grab a glass and join your hosts, your girl Ann BZ, Thin Bad, and the Chief.
Hello, folks. Welcome to another edition of Straight No Chaser. You're used to hearing Ambeezy bringing you in, but this is Thin Bad bringing you in with the Chief. The Chief and Ambeezy will be on the way. But it's been a whole lot of stuff going on this week as usual, and one of the big things that folks have been talking about was this whole deal. Supposed deal with Jay-Z and the NFL, and has got 99 problems, but is the NFL one? Is the NFL a big problem? Because the whole Colin Kaepernick thing is still going on. We all saw that Jay-Z and so many other folks got right in step with and everything was going on. They were with him. He had a jersey. He had the cap jersey on. Everything was cool. His wife had done that halftime show, given with a reference to Black Panthers and all that kind of. They were with it, we thought. And then all of a sudden, now out of nowhere, there's this deal that comes up that evidently Jay.
I think we've lost.
So, we're there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. So, it's just been crazy. This whole thing has been crazy because people looked at Jay-Z and they said, oh, okay, wait a minute. Now he's a billionaire. Now he's moved into a different, the upper economic echelon where he's been for a bit. Sure. And now, people start expecting different things, and he was moving in the right direction, more socially conscious. He got involved with the whole, the injustice in the supposed justice system with the whole Meek Mill situation and all the other things that he was doing behind the scenes, without a whole lot of fanfare. But he's doing this thing kind of behind the scenes, which a lot of people are like, whoa, Jay-Z, pump your brakes, hold on. Even I was like, when I saw, how you watch the news when it comes on,
sure,
and you see the headline and like, oh, right. Jay-Z and the NFL are doing something. Well, him and Kaepernick must have come to some agreement. Right. And I kept waiting to see Kaepernick's name, and I didn't see him. I was like, yo, what's this about? So, we just kind of wanted to talk over this. I mean, other folks have been talking about it. This has sure been, in the barbershops and everywhere else, from the barbershops to the mountaintops. Sure. People talking about this Jay-Z thing. So, what do you think, Chief? I mean, is there more to it? Are they just stringing us along with something else, or is it as blatant as it seems or feels? Because it feels like Kaepernick kind of got dissed.
Well, that it was an interesting development, of course, when this broke, and I sort of looked at it in a couple of different lights, if you will. Of course, I heard all of the arguments about, hey man, you sold us out, and some of that barbershop talk. But then I kind of thought about, let's look at it from another perspective. Of course, Jay-Z has been on the forefront of several social issues over the years. And, you certainly can't take away his street creds, if you will. So I thought about, what if this is an opportunity for him to make inroads into the NFL brand and make more opportunities for folks throughout the spectrum? You know what I mean? Right. Will this be an opportunity to get the NFL to raise its consciousness in terms of, a host of issues? Now, to the NFL's credit, they were involved when, for example, when Arizona didn't want to, they were trying to pass those laws, pretty much banning LGBTQ issues. And then when they were having some other issues with police community relations, the NFL spoke up on certain things. But we can't take away from the Colin Kaepernick situation either. So, right. Where they have been, amazing on certain issues, other glaring issues, it's like, wow, I'm kind of scratching my head on that one because, we've beat the Colin Kaepernick horse to death. But at the end of the day, here's a guy that was involved in a peaceful protest, peaceful, right? Wasn't trying to do anything other than take a knee and do his thing. Now, whether you agree with it, and we talked about that in an earlier show, it still was a move designed to bring awareness to a problem that was plaguing one aspect of the community, and an aspect of the community that's very prevalent in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. But it's right. I mean, you've got to be able to have conversations. I think the conversations have to continue, but it's just something about this that just.
Well, yeah, and conversation.
If Jay-Z had even, spoken to Colin Kaepernick, before they went into.
Well, let me ask you this: what should Jay-Z have said to Colin Kaepernick? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I mean, give him a heads up about, hey, we've been doing. It's just hard to believe that it would be going on for like a year, in these talks with the NFL, and he not say something to him. I just would think that you would. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have to. He said, look, I just want to give you a heads up, that kind of conversation. And maybe he did. And on the other hand, there'll be those who say, well, he ain't got to tell him anything. It's not his money. He's not making the deal, blah, blah, blah. But I would have, if they really wanted to do so, if some way it makes me feel like the NFL got an easy out, and Jay-Z gave them an easy out.
Why do you think he gave them an easy way out?
Because I think it was easy, because now they can say, oh, look what we're going to do, and they never really get to deal with the whole Kaepernick thing. Because the other issue is the fact that this cat is still in the prime and still better than like 90% of the, he's got more awards and accolades than like 90% of the quarterbacks that are playing now. And you mean to tell me he still can't get a job? He still can't even be a second string quarterback on somebody's team? And you've got people looking for quarterbacks right now, who are taking lesser quarterbacks or quarterbacks with lesser skills than Colin Kaepernick. And the sole reason he's not in the game because he can't play. Sure. He's not being chosen for what he's saying. And so now they get to kind of like, as long as Colin was kind of the focal point, even though it's been going on for what? It's been about 3 years now that he's been out of the game. Even though he's not in your face every day, the issues are still prevalent, and we're still hearing things that are crazy that would cause, the kind of things that he was kneeling for still exist. And now it looks like it kind of he gets pushed aside, and Jay-Z in this new deal, talking about, we're going to be dealing with the injustice, the whole thing we signed with Jay-Z. It gives them a chance to kind of say, look, we're doing right. We're doing right. And Jay-Z, you all's biggest fan, I mean, your all biggest, one of your celebrity heroes, says we're doing okay. So that gives us kind of a pass, no pun intended.
Good one.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I think about some of that. And first of all, I'd like to invite our audience, if you'd like to participate in this conversation, give us a call at 702-425-7789, 702-425-7789, or chat with us live, and we'd love to hear from you. But I think that this may represent an opportunity for some good to come of this. Now, only time will tell, but certainly I don't think the door should be shut on this whole situation. And don't get me wrong. I asked that question playing devil's advocate about what should he have said to Colin, because perhaps Jay-Z may have enough juice to influence an owner or two to say, hey, man, why don't you at least give the guy a chance? For example, let's say that a team like Baltimore or Chicago, an urban market picked up Kaepernick. Now, certainly when he travels around the country, you'd have a whole lot of, really weird people doing some really weird things, and we know that. But I certainly agree with you that I think he deserves the opportunity to continue to play. He's one hell of a player. He has Super Bowl credentials, and he's already proven what he's capable of doing. Right. And here's the ironic thing. Now the league has brought players back, and I know we're kind of getting off subject, but the league has actually brought players back who have violated the drug policy, 9 million times, and they've slapped a couple members of their entourage around and slapped the girlfriends around and boyfriends and all kinds of things. So when you look at what this guy is guilty of, and that is in the public perception for some arena, you do have to kind of scratch your head with that. Right. But bringing this full circle, I think that there may be an opportunity for JC to have some influence, which I hope he does. Now, when you look at what he's supposed to be doing for the NFL, he's supposed to help with educational programs, economic advancement, police community relations, criminal justice reform. I understand he's supposed to have some input, or maybe even plan the Super Bowl halftime show. So it looks like he may have an impact. But as I said, only time will tell.
Right. I mean, if this was a Trojan horse situation where he just wanted to get himself into, the good graces, and then as soon as he comes in, all this other stuff unfolds. I think that's going. I just don't think that there's, I don't know. I just can't be. It just, at the end of the day, I know he's a capitalist. He's always been a capitalist. It's always been about hustling and making money, and this is a hustle. And I don't know how much this is about money. I guess everything he does is about money on some level. But is this about money? Is this about access? Access to those other billionaires. Yeah.
It's both. I mean, Jay-Z is a very wealthy guy. And, of course, the NFL owners are bazillionaires. So, you have a lot of very rich people that are in a position to really – they not only are they in a position to have an economic impact, but they also are in a position to have a tremendous social impact, because in that league you have folks playing from Ohio State, Morgan State, they're from Utah, they're from Philadelphia, they're from Florida. So the league itself is a melting pot, and it would be nice to see the league taking on responsible issues in a responsible way, which is what I'm hoping comes of this. I think that, the Kaepernick situation really shows the divide in our country, and it shows a lot of different things, because you had, African Americans as well as white people and Japanese people and so forth that didn't agree with Kaepernick. They just flat out didn't agree with it. I even said on the show I would have protested differently, just because of the career that I came from. Mm-hmm. So not to say that some awareness wasn't necessary. I absolutely agree there was a need for awareness.